My life. Hey, so I know I look a little different. I'm not wearing glasses. Why is that? Because my glasses freaking broke. So I just brought them to America's Best to see if they could fix them, but they are broken like forever. So now I'm at the place where I got my glasses from, and hopefully I can pick up my prescription and then find a place I can do same-day glasses, so that are not super expensive. Because America's Best doesn't do same day. My place here does, however, and I just didn't want to drive all the way to Burnsville. Like, Burnsville's not that far, but like, I shouldn't be driving without my glasses. It's fine, I can see, but I shouldn't be driving without them. Sorry, people just walked by, so I decided to just take a second. I can drive just fine. I just can't necessarily read all the signs, and that can be a problem sometimes. But no, I just didn't want to come all the way to Burnsville because it's also a lot on my eyes. It's a strain, and I've been not wearing them all day, and it's been driving me bonkers because I can't see very well. My place can't do same day when you have astigmatism. So thanks, Dad. So I'm gonna pick up my prescription here, and then I'm gonna start hunting it down. Kelly, you guys have met Kelly on my main channel a few times, but Kelly works for an eyeglass company, and I texted her and she's not sure if they can do same day with astigmatism, so I decided to pick up my prescription and then call them. She's not at work today, so she's not gonna be the one putting together my glasses if I can. Look how light my hair is getting. My hair gets super light during the summer. I know a lot of people's do, but like mine like legitimately becomes like dirty blonde, like a dark dirty blonde. It's very strange. Anyway, yeah. So let's go pick up my prescription. This ended up turning into a really boring video because the very first place I called, which is where Kelly works, can do it in an hour. So let's go to the Mall of America on a day that I have sworn to never enter the Mall of America during summer. I hate it. It's fine. It's fine. It just happens to be the mall that I go to, even though I'm at a mall right now. I'm at the Burnsville Mall. But I want to give Kelly's store some money. So let's go spend money I don't have to buy glasses that I need. I am astounded that there is parking on the green level, also known as Arizona on this side. It's Florida on the other side. And the reason why is because this is one of the only levels of parking that has a walkway directly into the mall where you don't have to go up and down any stairs. So this one fills up so fast. And granted, there's less parking in here than anywhere else, but except for maybe the first level, but even the first level is open. So apparently it's a good day to be at the Mall of America. So a fun system that the Mall of America installed are these lights. And it tells you where you can park. So if you see green, that means there's parking nearby. If red, then that means there's no parking nearby. Pretty cool, right? It's by far not a perfect system yet, because there have definitely been mistakes, and it doesn't really honestly always account for stuff like this. But they're working on it, and eventually it'll be really cool. That's where I used to work. So my glasses are getting ready. So I have new glasses soon, which is exciting. I'm excited. But I've got an hour to kill. What am I going to do at the Mall of America for an hour? Ooh, I like that one. I like that one a lot, actually. It's alright. I went with the second one. That one was really good. Really hot habanero, but really good. See, I look for flavor as well as hot when I look for hot sauces. And that one actually had good flavor and everything too. So, alright, we will head. Maybe I'll head over to Caribou and get something to drink. Weird when there's nothing in the rotunda. I just got word that my glasses are ready. So let's head back on over there. I think we're actually pretty close. I don't know. I can't see it. No, we're at Macy's. We're not. Alright, that's fine. So here they are. They're called the Grandpa. What do you guys think? I'm just kidding. These are not mine. These are actually my grandfather's. My real ones are right here. And actually, I was surprised. My grandfather, I've never put my grandfather's glasses on. I'm sure I did when I was young. But I've never put my grandfather's glasses on before. He did not have terrible vision. I mean, these are also like just absolutely disgusting. But I have a lot of my grandfather's old stuff. Because I was given his old blazer when he died. And he had left a bunch of things in there, like his glasses. And then he also left some Illinois lottery tickets that he never turned in. I'm tempted to turn these in, not these ones specifically, but like use the same numbers. And then also a packet of cigarettes. I don't smoke, and I've been told that if I ever wanted to, because I would joke a lot that keep them for a rainy day just in case, and I've been told that these go stale. He died in 2007, so I've been told never smoke these. Not that I'd ever smoke anyway, but like I can't throw away my grandfather's stuff. And so when I got my Equinox, which was the vehicle I had before this one, I transferred all of his stuff over to it. We still have well, technically my sister and brother-in-law have the Blazer now. The family still has the Blazer. And then I had my Equinox for a while, for a couple years. But I bought my Equinox super cheap, and I bought my Equinox like a ton of miles on it. So that's why I've had 3 vehicles last. How long has it been? Almost 12 years, over 12 years. He died in January of 2007. I've had 3 vehicles in that time, but the Blazer still runs. I just ended up getting something a little bit more reliable, but that turned out to not be super reliable anymore because it had over 150,000 miles when I bought it, and I got it to over 200. And so then I bought this off of my parents because they got something new, newer. No, their vehicle is brand new. They drove it off the lot brand new, I think. I don't remember. They also bought this brand new. So this has less than 100,000 miles on it right now, but I bought this from them a few years ago. I think 2 years ago. It'll be 3 years in November. Whew, I've had it for almost 3 years. I mean, I've driven this many times since they bought it, but All right, I'm gonna go home and actually do the thing that I planned on doing today, which is watch Car Ranger. I'm almost done. I have just 3 discs left, and I am determined to finish it by the end of tomorrow so that I can start Turbo. Because that's what I do, is I watch the Super Sentai and then I watch the corresponding Power Ranger season because I'm a nerd. So that's the plan. Anyway, I'm gonna head home now. And no driving footage on the way home because I live too close to the Mall of America for that to be safe. Privacy. And I am home. Ugh. Oh, God. Well, that didn't work as well as I wanted. I wanted to seamlessly fall onto my bed. That did not work. The lighting. I look purple. That was not money I wanted to spend today, because it was also out of my network. So I didn't get to use. I need to fill my frog's tank still. Need to do that like a week ago. Suppose I should do that before I start watching Car Ranger. Need to be a good pet owner. But no, that was definitely not money I wanted to spend. It was out of my network, so I had to pay out of pocket. Luckily, they had a deal going on lenses. So I just basically had to pay for the frames and then 40% off of my lenses. So I only had to pay 60% of the lens price. So that was a plus. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. And I guess what you can do for 20 seconds is watch me mess with my water changer because I have to fill my frog's tank. I should also do like a full water change. Well, there's no such thing as a full water change. No, you never take all the water out. So when I say a full water change, it means more than just adding water. It means filling it like a lot more than I would, and then decreasing, and then filling again, and then maybe even decreasing one more time, and then filling again. Maybe I should do that on my main channel, is do some like myth busting of like how to take care of pets, because you would be surprised how many people think that you actually have to replace all of the water in a fish tank, and that is actually very bad. It was so funny because there was this one time when I was working at PetSmart and we had this like store-wide meeting, and we did this role play thing, and my friend Tad, well, my friend at the time, not that we're not friends, but like he and I haven't talked basically since we both left PetSmart. We were the ones that had to go up there, and we both worked in pet care, which is taking care of all of the animals. And so I had to be the customer and he was the employee. And we had, as the customer, we had to come up with like a problem, and then the employee had to solve the problem through role play. And so I was the customer, and he was working in the fish department. And so he's like, hey, how can I help you? And I was like, yeah, I need you to test my water. And he goes, okay, is there anything wrong with it? I said, yeah, well, my fish keep dying. And he goes, all right, well, when was the last time you did a water change? I said, I just did one like a week ago. And he goes, how much water did you take out? And I said, all of it. And he was not expecting me to say that because he knows that I know that that's like really bad for a fish tank. Like, if you want to kill all of your fish, then take out all of the water and give them all brand new water. And he like nearly had a heart attack right there in front of me when I said that. And he's like, God, how did you do that with a straight face? I'm like, because I've been acting my whole life. He was super taken aback by it because he knows that I know how horrible that is for a fish tank to do that. So that's a fun fact. Don't take all the water out of your fish tank. But yeah, so if you guys would like to know more about like taking care of animals, it's something that I kind of miss teaching people, because I haven't done that now since I worked in the pet industry, and it's been almost 3 years. Are you kidding me? Wait, when did I leave Petco? 2016. I left in 2016 because I turned 30, jumped out of an airplane, quit my job, and went to real estate school. Actually, I jumped out of the airplane technically when I was still 29. It was 2 days before my birthday, so I was technically still 29. I just did it for my 30th birthday. So I jumped out of the airplane, but it sounds better when I say I turned 30, jumped out of an airplane, quit my job, and went to real estate school, because it sounds like I just went through like this massive midlife crisis at 30. Because that was seriously just the order of events, and it happened all very quickly. I had already planned on leaving my job because I was already done with retail. Very done with retail. But yeah, 2006, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, this will be 3 years since I left retail. Holy moly. I don't ever want to have to go back. If I did, it would be like doing pet care, but not having to work nights or weekends or holidays. Don't think I could. If you know of a place I could do that, I would gladly go back. And I also need to make like $40,000 a year because student loans. Anyway, all right, so I'm gonna go and take care of my frog, and then I'm gonna watch some Super Sentai. So enjoy me messing with my water changer. I call it Python. It's not a Python brand, but it's still the same concept as the Python, like that people call Python if you know anything about fish. It's an MacLeod brand, but it's a sink water changer. So let's do these. I found the perfect way for you guys to be able to watch me do a water change. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one in speed round. So this is not the end of the video. Anyway, all right, let's do a water change. Cosmo does not like this thing. So the water comes into here, comes through the faucet. So this is, I think that thing just sprayed me? I think it just sprayed me. I don't think I put it on tight enough. So this is a 50-foot, I think it's 50 feet. I think I got the 50-foot one. Hose that goes all the way over here. Hey, hey, stay away from that. Stay away from that. Stay away from that. Stay away from it. I used to have a full-blown goldfish tank, not comets. I think that one's just a regular comet, I think. I had, they're much better swimmers than fancy goldfish, but I had Ryukins and I had Arandas, and a Ryukin got all up in there and died. I mean, obviously didn't get very far because he was too big to get very far, but the suction killed him. So it always makes me nervous when anything gets close. But like Nodley, I'm not worried about because Nodley is also Nodley is a ridiculously strong frog. So I'm not super concerned about her. But I should also change my ammonia pad in there because this flow is not looking great anymore. So it's probably time. Because that's another thing I can talk about too is filtration and how best to filter a tank, because filtration is a world all on its own. So if you guys are interested in like a fish care and reptile care and amphibian care, sorry, I check the sink every once in a while because my sink sometimes overflows when I do this. But yeah, like a fish care, reptile care, and or amphibian care video, obviously they're all so very different that I would have to do them all in 3 separate videos. Let me know in the comments below. That would go on my main channel. I had actually considered starting a channel called Brit's Zoo, where I talked about that and stuff. Talked about, you know, how to set up tanks, whether it's a vivarium, a terrarium, or an aquarium. And yes, those are all very different and things like that. But it just never happened. So if you guys would like to see that on my main channel, let me know in the comments below. I really can't do a ton about birds or small animals. I've had them both in the past, and I suppose I could do like a little bit, but I don't have enough experience with them. They're not necessarily what I would consider my expertise. So fish and reptiles and amphibians are my expertise. Always have been since I started working at PetSmart. Those were my expertise animals. So let me know in the comments below. All right, looks like I'm ready to fill again because it's about the same level that it was when I started this. Actually, probably a little bit lower. So we're gonna put that like that and wait for that sound. Let's fill. So I thought I had an extra, like I thought I had more of my ammonia filters. Apparently I don't. So I just flipped it for now. Let me go wash my hand. And because of the really horrible gunk that came out, I'm gonna just drain it again. So even though I use stress coat, we're just gonna have to use it again. So I'm gonna drain it again. Basically, goldfish are disgusting. And I used to have two, but one of them unfortunately passed away. And I think the majority of the reason why that one passed away was because my frog tried to eat it once. And I was able to bring it back from death and lived for a while. But I'm assuming finally succumb to whatever it was. So I only have the one now. But goldfish are disgusting. And frogs are disgusting. Which is why I have an ammonia filter instead of carbon, just to try and reduce the amount of ammonia in the tank, because they're both disgusting. So like I said, the world of filtration isn't just as simple as getting yourself a filter and putting in a bag with carbon in the middle and then expecting that to be right. I mean, that works for the majority, but enthusiasts know better. So yeah, there's a lot to filtration, and there's different types of filtration, and there's different levels of filtration, and oh man, I can even teach you, if you'd like, how to overpopulate your tank. So, because I do well, I don't, I mean, technically I guess this is probably overpopulated, but doesn't really matter because my frog can leave the water. But I can teach you how to overpopulate, because whenever I do have a fish tank, I always overpopulate, because when you populate to what you should populate to, it's never what you want. You always want more. But while this is draining some more, I'm going to show you guys some kind of stuff that I have in here that helps the tank look nice. So if you guys would have seen me messing around, this was what I was doing. This is a magnet. This is an algae remover magnet. So I only really focus on just the front of the tank because that's all people really see. Plus it helps Nodley feel like she's hiding when there's a little bit of algae over here. And I let this kind of go wild with algae over on this side because nobody's ever over here. Because contrary to what you might think, algae is not a bad thing. Depends on the type of algae and depends on the type of tank you have. But algae is not necessarily a bad thing. Algae actually means that you have a messy tank, depending on the type of algae, that you have a messy tank, but it's a healthy tank because plants can grow in it. So there's that. But again, there's different types of algae, and then there's also different types of algae in different types of tanks. So it all really depends on the type of tank you have and the type of algae you have. So yeah, these have a lot of diatoms, which is that brown algae. There's a lot of diatoms in here. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just means that my tank is a little messier than most because goldfish are disgusting and frogs are disgusting. So what do you expect other than disgusting? But yeah, if you were curious, sorry, I keep checking it. If you're curious as to why I was waiting for that one sound, that's because I know that there's no more water in the hose, which means that it's safe to start putting water back in. Because obviously with such a large hose, you want to make sure that all the water is out of it before you start putting water back in. Because obviously you don't want to be putting gross water back in. So that's why I was waiting for that sound, if you guys were curious about that. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and clean up by the filter a little bit. Okay, so that's all I'm probably gonna need to do. I've put the stress coat back in. You can't put too much stress coat in. That's why I use stress coat, because you can't over medicate. Well, medicate is not the right word. Stress coat is a dechlorinator, plus it adds slime coat to the fish on the inside of there. Slime coat is really helpful just in case the fish gets injured or sick. It just kind of helps decrease the stress levels of the fish. Does nothing for nodlay. I actually, before I put fish in there, I was tempted just to get the reptile dechlorinator, which of course she's not a reptile, but still, there's really no huge difference in that. But now I gotta get this thing put away. Cosmo, he hates this thing, poor dog. It's almost full. So I have these magnets that go one there, one, oops, there, kind of, oops, why is that off? Okay, one there, and one there. And that is how Nodlay's little ledge stays right where it is. So we're actually going to turn the duck part back on really quickly. And then I'm going to drag it back into my bathroom. And then what I do to make this like super pliable to be able to roll up. What are you stuck on? Oh, calm down, Cosmo. You're fine. He's like, I'll move. So what I do to make this more pliable, to be able to roll it, he's going upstairs. Bye. To make it so that I can roll it up a little bit easier, is I come back in here. Ooh, this is so loud. Let's turn this off. So what I do is I put it in the sink and I turn it on to fill, and then I turn on the hot and just the hot water. So then what I do essentially is let it get really, really hot, which makes it a lot more pliable to be able to roll a little bit better. And then as it is emptying again, this also cleans it, but as it's emptying again, then is when I'll roll it. So I just wait for it to get like really, really hot on my hand, which is of course holding part of the hose, and I just let it get really, really hot, and then I roll it up. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna end the vlog now. Bye.